Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. Today's video we're going to be going through my worst makeup of 2017. So this is all of the items that I either returned to the store or I decluttered after a couple of uses. So I don't tend to return anything to the store unless there's something physically wrong with the product. Either it's damaged in some way or I had a reaction to it almost immediately. Because I know if I return something that's been used, they're going to just throw it away themselves. So I may as well keep it for a little bit longer and then declutter it after I've given it a few tries. I don't own any of this makeup anymore, so I'm unfortunately not able to film myself holding any of the products, so in order to show you photos, I figured I would just record this voiceover. So, let's get started. So the first item is this. This is the NYX Boheme Chic Nude Matte Eyeshadow Palette. I picked this up because I was looking for a good nude matte eyeshadow palette that had a lot of options in it that I could take traveling. I bought this actually at the NYX store in New York City in Manhattan. This cost $18, but it seemed like it had a lot to offer. It also had blushes in it and a couple of color shadows that I could use. Unfortunately, as soon as I used this, my eyes got really red and itchy almost immediately, and I had to return it the next day. So I was bummed because I did think that the colors looked nice and the shadows appeared to be pretty decent for the price, but ultimately I just couldn't deal with them. So I ended up returning this and ended up getting, I think, the Urban Decay Ultimate Basics Nude Palette instead, which certainly cost a lot more money, but I've never had a problem with my eyes. So, too bad for this one. These next two products, admittedly because I had to return that NYX palette, this is why these got returned as well. These are the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. I also ended up returning a set of the Butter Glosses as well. Both of these did not work out for me. I found them gross and sticky, and they smeared all over everything. I perhaps was not using them correctly, but they just were not working out. I did end up keeping a set of liquid suedes. I had purchased all of them because I think total I spent about $9 on 3 different sets of lipsticks. So I had 9 different lipsticks for $1 a piece. I was hoping that one of them was going to work out. I did end up keeping the liquid suedes, but the Butter Gloss and the Soft Matte Lip Creams, they just did not work for me. Now this, on the other hand, this is the Nars Board to Plage Highlighter and Bronzer Palette. This is a limited edition. It's still available on Sephora. I think it retails for $59. I'd heard a lot about the Bonk Disable palette, and this was supposed to be similar to it, but not quite as amazing, but still great if you didn't pick up the first one. My biggest problem with this, it did swatch beautifully in the store, like absolutely beautifully, and even though I didn't need the bronzer, because I don't really use that much bronzer anyway, I still wanted it because the highlighters looked absolutely stunning. However, I took this home. When I opened it up at home, that pink shade that's in the lower left corner, it wasn't pink in my set. In fact, it looked exactly the same as one of the gold ones. So I don't know if it was necessarily a problem with the set, like it had been packed incorrectly, or if just the ones that were in store had the whole overspray scraped off the top already, and the pink sort of settled in later, but it was definitely not that pink shade. And for $59, I did not want to end up with 2 of these highlighters being the same, so I ended up returning it, and after I'd returned it, I sort of thought to myself, it's probably for the best that you don't keep this. This next item's going to seem a little weird, because I think I included this in my best makeup of 2017, and that would be the Becca Light Chaser Highlighter. This is in the shade Topaz / Gilt. It's this really interesting gold green shade, and I do love it, and I do own one. However, I'm including it because I had to purchase this highlighter 3 times before I got one that wasn't broken. I picked up one in the store, and it was shattered. I returned it to get another one that wasn't shattered. The second one was also broken. It just wasn't as obvious that it was broken in the box. The third one was the charm, and it's fine, and I love it, and it's pretty, and I don't take it anywhere because I'm afraid it will break, but I do think the highlighter is lovely. I just am very annoyed with the fact that some of these Becca pressed powder shimmering skin perfectors are so soft that they easily break, and I wish that they took care of them better in the Sephora store. This is the Maybelline ColorSensational Powdermatte in the shade Smoky Jade. If you saw my video about drugstore makeup, you'll see that when I picked this up, I was super excited for the color of this lipstick, but the formula turned out to be really terrible. And the color actually did not give me the payoff that I was expecting. It didn't look green on me at all. It really just looked gray. It serves me right for buying the makeup without checking reviews first. There were reviews on the lipstick, but not that particular shade. If I had been paying attention, I would have seen that Temptalia had posted that this particular color got an F, and I would not have picked it up. I did not end up returning this shade. I ended up keeping it and to declutter it myself because I think I only paid $5 for it, and they know they're just going to throw it out anyway, so I decided to see if any of my friends wanted it. Nobody did, and so I did end up throwing it out. I'm sorry to be picking on you, Maybelline. Not all of your lipsticks are bad. I just had two obvious problems with yours. These are the Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lipsticks. The colors on these are actually really cool. They look really awesome on the lips. They are a bit sticky and they're pretty liquidy, but they do look fabulous. My problem with these lipsticks is that they smelled really awful. The chemical smell just did not go away. I tried leaving it on for a while. I wore these, I think, about an hour and a half, and I finally just had to stop and take them off. I did end up giving the one that I hadn't opened yet to another friend because she really was interested in the color and she didn't find that the smell of the opened one bothered her. So somebody else did get use of it, but I was just bummed because the colors were really cool. I just could not take the smell. Now we're moving to the section of products that I received either as a 100-point perk or it came in like a box set, so, like give me some liquid lip, that sort of thing. So I couldn't return this product individually, but if I had purchased a full size, I absolutely would have. First up, we're starting with this. This is the Smashbox Be Legendary Liquid Lipstick. This is a metallic. This is the color Crimson Chrome. I think this was a 100-point perk from Sephora. This lipstick is awful. It just feels so awful on the face. It looks great, but it's so goopy and not pleasant. And I was bummed because I know I've tried a Smashbox liquid lipstick before and it didn't have this problem. I don't know if it's something in the metallic formula, but this was a huge fail for me. If I had paid full price for this, I would have absolutely returned it because it was just not a good product at all. Similarly, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick. This is the color Potion. This is the weirdest liquid lipstick because it didn't behave like a liquid lipstick. It behaved like a purple lip gloss. It did not go on opaque. It did not stay on. It moved around. It was sticky the way I would expect a lip gloss to be. I kept convincing myself maybe it's actually supposed to be a lip gloss and that's why it's behaving like this. But no, it's definitely a liquid lipstick. It just doesn't perform like one. So I would have definitely returned this as well because it's not doing what it was intended to do. This is the Stila Stay All Day Foundation and Concealer. I did a first impressions video with this. I was using up samples. And frankly, this foundation made my skin look awful. But after the video was over, I was like, maybe I'm just being hyperbolic. Maybe it just doesn't like these primers. I still have plenty left in the sample, and I had an extra sample besides it. So I should try it again, try it with some other stuff, see if it works better. Nah, it just doesn't work for my skin. I just don't think it's suited for me. So if I had picked this up in stores, I would have returned it. It just did not work with my skin at all. And for a full price foundation, I would not have wanted to keep it. I'm glad that I had a sample to figure that out. And it did take a couple tries for me to be like, yep, nope, this is definitely not for me. So I hope it works for somebody. I'm not sure exactly what kind of skin type it would go for, but for me, with like a normal to oily, nope, doesn't work at all. And last and least, we have this. This is the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. A full size of this retails for $36. I received this in a Sephora Play box, so, that was just the cost of doing business because that's like a $10 subscription box. And there were 5 other things in there for me to pick from. This just didn't do anything. I tried to make it work. I tried it with different foundations. I tried it by itself. I tried it with moisturizer. I tried it with primer. It made literally no difference. I also couldn't feel it or see it when I was putting it out of my hand. And I even tried wiping it on a paper towel to see if I could see anything there. I just don't know. I don't know if I ever got any product on my face in the first place. I don't get this product. I don't get it at all. And if I had paid full price for this, I would have returned it. But luckily I didn't. Anyway, I hope the sound quality is a little bit better. I'm trying out a different microphone, so fingers crossed on that one. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!